A paper funded by the Canadian government publishes the names of American citizens whom it suggests are guilty of hate crimes. A Canadian federal agency called Status of Women urges that groups who advocate for fathers be investigated for criminal prosecution. In fact, many of the so-called hate groups are not groups, but individuals who are simply criticizing the government. They advocate equal rights for parents in divorce cases. Under Canadian law, these citizens may be subject to arrest, and the government is urging that they be arrested. We recommend that consideration be given to whether legal action can be taken under Section 319 of the Criminal Code, the report says. That statute subjects to imprisonment anyone who, by communicating statements in a public place, incites hatred against any identifiable group where such incitement is likely to lead to a breach. If anything, though, it would appear to be the Canadian government that is inciting hatred against private Canadian and American citizens. Betty Hinton, a member of the Canadian House of Commons, calls the report a poorly disguised attack on men and families, and says it is filled with hate and inflammatory language, which does nothing to raise the status of women, but everything to denigrate men, families, and parent organizations. The Canadian government has already resurrected archaic laws prohibiting criticism of government officials in order to arrest fathers, and fathers have been arrested for protesting outside government buildings. Special domestic violence courts in Canada can now remove fathers from their homes and seize their houses on unproven allegations. So far as I know, none of the Americans on this list have been informed by the Canadian government that they are being targeted for possible criminal prosecution by the federal government. Americans planning business or vacations in Canada should consider that their names may have been placed on government lists of hate groups without their knowledge and may therefore be arrested if they cross the border. For FCF News on Demand, this is Stephen Baskerville.